Welcome back, my sisters and my Shalloners. Today, I want to keep talking about fuckboys. Now, I've done a few videos on fuckboys, and at first, when I decided to do a series, I was like, oh, I'll probably get like 2 or 3 topics. No, now that I've opened this Pandora's box of fuckery, I realize that I could probably do like 70 or 80 topics because we are in truly the golden age of awful behavior for men. So, before I get into the topic today, I just want to remind you that if you have a fuckboy question of your own, something a little bit more personal that you want to talk about, or if you have a question about love, sex, dating, friends, health, family, whatever, find me on the Instant Go app. That's where I'm answering all questions at the moment. My username is ShallonXO, just like my social media, and click chat, and I reply in 24 hours. It's amazing. Love talking to you guys. So today, I want to kind of build on something that I've touched on in previous videos, which is the accidental fuckboy. Now, I've told you before how to spot a fuckboy, and one thing that's hard is like when we think of a player, you know, or a fuckboy, we kind of all get the same image. It's like this kind of like, hey girl, you know, just real like slick talking and like you think you can spot him a mile away. But the worst kind of fuckboy is the accidental one. A dude who really is like a good guy, but he's acting like a complete fuckboy. So how do you, okay, we're gonna take this step by step. First of all, let's figure out exactly what we're talking about here. Let's define the term. The accidental fuckboy is the guy who is sweet, he's nice, he's, you know, well-rounded, people like him, he loves his mom, he's not rude, but he's just not giving you what you want. And he's also moreover, not just giving you what you want, he's not giving you what he's implying he is going to give you. He's half dating you. He's sort of booty calling you. You're semi in the zone. Like, he'll ignore you all week, and then he'll Snapchat you at 11 and be like, oh, I really want to see you, send me pics. And you're like, well, if you want to see me, what? You know? So you kind of don't ever really know where you stand with someone. You'll get the I miss yous, you'll get the I really like yous, but you don't get a lot of follow through on that. And the reason these guys are the absolute worst kind of fuckboys is because you make up so many excuses for them. Sorry, let me shut my window. I didn't realize it's like so loud. Oh, if only I could edit videos, I could have edited that part out. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing, like in terms of video production. So if you guys are video editors, or if you know anyone who is, please send them my way. I would love to hire them. If they're hot, I'll pay them in sexual favors. If they're not, I'll pay them in American dollars. And if they're really hot and good at what they do, I'll pay them in both. Anyway. Yeah, make sure they're hot though. Anyway. So yeah, we make up excuses for these guys because we look at them and we're like, well, he's not a bad guy. So like, I know he's not doing this on purpose. I know he's not like, like trying to be mean to me like that slimy player is over there. So it's like we keep kind of giving them passes for their behavior. And this is where we get ourselves into trouble. Because the accidental fuckboy, like, there's a reason car accidents have that word in there, accident. If someone T-bones your car, they probably didn't mean to. But that doesn't mean that that collision doesn't do damage. Intentions, actually, in this world, don't mean shit. In fact, there's even an old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That means that you can do incredible damage to your life and to the lives of people around you without necessarily meaning to, by just being kind of oblivious. And we, as girls, this is also a big problem. We feed into this. People can't change what they can't acknowledge. And we can't change about someone else what we don't help them to acknowledge. So, and we also teach people how to treat us. I'm just full of like the isms, you know, right? Like the Insta quotes tonight. We teach people how to treat us. So like my accidental fuckboy that I got entangled with, let's just call him Jay. Not like that's an initial for his name or anything. It's totally not. I spent literally years of my life on this person, and he was and still is a good guy. He is just the goodest guy. He's team captain, frat president, Ivy League. I mean, just like perfect. And he just was such a fuckboy to me. And it took me so long to realize it because like he was so good and I knew he wasn't doing it intentionally and I knew he did like me. But the problem was I never called him out on anything until one day, boom, like I exploded. He did something that he had been doing, which is flaking on me. Say he's coming into town, he's not. Hey, I want you to come meet me here. Don't answer the phone. Oh, you're gonna fly across the country. Not gonna see you. And I hit the wall, and man, did I hit it. And I realized after the fact, because he was like blindsided, had no idea where this reaction was coming from me. And like, why would he? I'd been putting up with this shit for months, if not longer, years, if I'm being honest. And had I called these things out as they happened, he would have had the chance to either correct his behavior or I would have had the chance to see him for who he is, an actual fuckboy. Because here's the crux of what I want you guys to know. An accidental fuckboy can be changed, maybe, but only if we stand up to them. Now, you guys know that I am not at all an advocate of being like, I like you. Never tell a guy you like him. If you have to do that, you're already fucking sunk, okay? But you don't have to go to the fuckboy and be like, I like you, do you like me? It doesn't have to be this like Anne Hathaway rom-com in the rain moment, but you do have to call them out on things. Like, I wish I had said, you know, I wish, Jay, you would just ask me how my week is going. You know, we don't always have to like sext each other. We can just like talk like people. And when I did see him, I wish we would have like gone out to dinner first. And I wish I would have told him that that's what I want. Be like, all right, you know, we can see each other, but you can take me out like a gentleman, okay? And that would have allowed me to see his reaction. And that's a very subtle call out, okay? A more high-key call out would be like the first time he flaked on me. He uninvited me to something that I was heartbroken. I was so upset at brunch, I had to leave. Like, you know when you're crying so hard at brunch, someone has to put you in a cab? That's bad. I was heartbroken. And if I had said to him, and I played it off like, all right, whatever, we can do it some other time. I should have been like, this is really hurtful. And I'm pissed off because you fucked with my schedule and you fucked with my time because I rearranged a lot of things to make this happen. And you have shown zero respect for that. Like, I didn't do that because I was afraid of losing him. And I look back now, it's like I was like living on scraps, like emotional scraps. And when you're hungry, scraps are better than nothing. But why was I telling myself I was so hungry? There's food everywhere. There are boys everywhere. There are non-fuck boys everywhere. Why was I so convinced that the only way I could eat was this boy? Why was I so afraid to lose him? And as I've said before, the worst thing we can do is make fear-based decisions. And all the decisions I made with him were fear-based. And ironically, he respected me less because of that. When we first met, I didn't give a fuck about him. I was a badass. I was like, fine, you're stupid, whatever. And he was like, oh. Then we like broke up and got back together, and I was so afraid of losing him again, I completely devolved. Like, I had no spine, didn't stand up for myself, nothing. Had I called him out when he flaked and uninvited me to that thing, I would have been able to see if he would have been like, oh, I'm so sorry I hurt you. And then I could have walked in the light of the truth. It's painful. Sometimes the light's bright and it hurts us. But we need the light. Monsters live in the dark. We can't be there with the monsters. We have to live in the light and look at life as it is and make our decisions based on what is. Not based on a fantasy, not based on what we hope, based on what it is. So you need to call your accidental good guy fuckboys out because he might not be as good as you think he is. Mine wasn't. When I finally called him out and he flaked on me again, I was like, you have wasted my time. You have hurt my feelings. You have disrespected me. And this is not the first time you've done it. I know you probably don't know the other times because I haven't mentioned it, but I'm mentioning this one and I'm really upset. And he's like, well, sorry I upset you, but I don't know what I did wrong. If someone you care about says to you, you've hurt me, and I'm angry and I'm wounded, your reaction would be like, well, sorry. Would it? No. You'd be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You know, you would be like really upset about it. And the fact that he wasn't says, yeah, he didn't really care. And that was brutal. That was brutal to learn, but I needed to. It was time. And I wish I had done it sooner. And that's what I'm always trying to get, you know, you guys to see is like, learn from my mistakes. Don't learn from your own. A fool learns from their own mistakes. A wise man learns from Shallon Lester's. So call out your accidental fuckboy and see what he does. It could be that, yeah, he's just like, he's a nice guy, but, you know, oh, like he's a team captain. Well, how nice does that really take? You know, like how much emotion does he actually have to give to these dudes? It's not the same as what you give to a girlfriend. It doesn't have a girlfriend. So call him out. Not in this insane over the top way. Just be like, hey, you know what? I don't like that. If you want to go out, I would love to meet you for dinner on Saturday night. But you know, this like 1 a.m. drunk Snapchat thing, kind of doesn't work for me. Not really sure that that's what I'm into right now or anymore. See what he does. If he likes you the way you want him to like you, he will jump at the opportunity. Boys like to know where they stand. Men communicate to solve problems. Let him know, hey, here's a problem. Here's how you can solve it. If he balks and walks away, it's because he doesn't want to solve it, because this isn't a problem to him. This is your problem, Shallon. This is not my problem. And again, we got to walk in the light of the truth on this. So to recap, the accidental fuckboy might seem like he's just a wonderful guy, and therefore we just keep giving him passes and excuses because we think there's no way he could be doing this on purpose. There's no way that there's maliciousness behind this. But that's almost worse, because when a guy does have an agenda, when he's that slick player, there is an end goal. It's to fuck. You know, it's vulgar, but it's true. Like, he wants to get laid, and then he's going to be done with you. The accidental one, this can go on forever because he doesn't even know he's doing it. So he's just going to keep up these behaviors, this confusing in and out tap dance thing forever until you're like, bruh, what's going on here? The only way we're going to know where we stand sometimes is to flat out ask. And we might not like the answer, but when we get the answer, we have to take that and move on. Because if we don't, if I called my dude out, which I did, and he's like, well, whatever, and then I still continue to talk to him or reach out, it's like giving into a child's temper tantrum. You yell at them, you say no, but then you give it to them anyway. They just learn, your line in the sand don't mean shit. Your no, your I'm upset comes with 0 consequences. So call him out, see how he reacts, give him a week or so to cowboy up. Give him a week to think about what it is you're saying. Be like, I don't want to be the side check. I don't want to be the midnight booty call. I don't want to be the snap streak. I want to be the girlfriend. It's fine to be okay with what you want. Don't hide it. Don't make a fear-based decision and think you're going to lose someone if you're honest with them. You can't sustain a relationship in which you're not honest. And you should never feel like keeping someone comes at the expense of what you want, of your pride, of your emotional safety, of your comfort and sleeping well at night knowing that you're loved and that you found someone who is your safe place to fall. No man is worth that. Don't live on scraps when there is a world out there to eat. For more, click like and subscribe. And like I said, hit me up on the Instant Go app. Ask me all your questions, Shallon XO across Instant Go and all social media. Click for more videos every Friday. Love you guys.